So let's now get into some other techniques that you can use to really make your launch more advanced. So we took some inspiration from some other course launchers. We've crafted those initial emails. We've done the basic strategy stuff that we really need to do. Now we're trying to think, how can we extend and how can we bring our launch to the next level? Now, if this is your first launch, I don't necessarily recommend going right into these. I recommend getting that basic strategy down. But if you've already launched before and you're interested in experimenting, one thing you can do throughout your launch is to create sort of multiple mini launches or events. Because if you can think about it, your entire launch window, however long you want that to be, whether it's 5 days or 10 days, however long you want that window to be, there's only kind of two places that you can tell someone, hey, look, the doors are closing and the launch is going to be closing. So there's only those two places, but how can you create even more of those? Well, that's what this idea of creating launch events can do. And it's been proven that if you can create some of these events through your launch, you can pretty significantly increase your sales. What's great about it is it provides more opportunities for you to connect with your audience and to really kind of get that engagement going. The first type of event that you can think about is called an early mover event. So as soon as you open the door for your launch, one thing you can do and experiment with is say that you're going to provide 10% off of the course to anybody that redeems the first day of your official launch. So what that does is it creates some urgency based around price to say, hey, if you buy now, you're going to be an early first mover and you're going to get this course much, you're going to be able to take advantage of this early first mover. And this is done in a way so that it doesn't decrease the value of eventually what your course is going to end up with. So this is one way to add in an event. Another great event that you can add in is a limited time bonus event. So how this works is, let's say that you're in day 3 of your launch and your launch is, let's say 5 days, right? And day 3, what you can say is, look, I'm going to offer a very limited bonus into this course if you buy within the next day. So you send out that email on day 3, and day 4 you say, look, the bonus is going to end at the end of day 4. So what this does, again, is it gives you an additional set of touch points that you can do with your audience that cares about your course launch to get them more likely to buy sooner rather than later. So it creates more urgency now rather than at the very end, giving you another opportunity to really contact people right when you need them. This strategy and the previous strategy work in particularly well if you had a little bit of a larger list and you're launching these particular events to a very small segmented group of people who are on your interest list. That's when these events really make the most sense, these kind of more advanced techniques. But at the end of the day, if you really want to do it and your list size is really not that huge, right? You've got a couple hundred people or 1,000 people, you can start to experiment with these types of events as well. The next event that I want to talk about is the extension event. And so this is something that I personally haven't tried, but Brian Harris, who runs the blog Video Fruit, it's blog.videofruit.com, has a particular strategy that he tried and he had actually developed based on some inspiration from someone else. But what he did was, to people who had clicked on the offer of his last promotion on the last day of his course, he sent only those particular people this extension day. And how the extension day worked is, and this is how exactly the email looked like. In that extension email, he said, the cheapest way to start the course was $97 per month. I wanted to give an option for an easier monthly payment plan, so I adjusted to $69 per month for 12 months. So that's 30 months cheaper than the previous option. So what he's doing is he's creating a new payment plan just for that particular audience segment, right? And what that ended up happening is that extension day sale actually led to more sales than his launch day, which is pretty crazy. And in his case, that was about $40,000, so a pretty significant launch. So this is something that you can easily do in Fedora. You can easily, let's say for your main launch, create a just general one-time fee, and then only to people who did not, who clicked on the offer and they're interested in the offer, right? So they're interested if they clicked. Only to those people, send them an email saying, look, I know for some of you, you need a payment plan, and you can easily create that kind of monthly subscription plan inside of Fedora. And then after a period of, let's say, 12 months or however long you want that payment plan to be, you can then cancel their account and their access to the course, and they would have completely paid off the course in that way.